Pierre, preoccupied with possession of power, secured his iron grip over Canada's Conservative Party, but that grip is looking as rusty as his supporters' brains, which is a bit more than a lot of people seem to appreciate. Shadowcat Salem here, subbing in for the chicken to give his voice time to recover from the virus he got, despite being a Mac. At the Alliance's, the Conservatives' Calgary Convention, the party debated and adopted a number of policy changes intended to appeal to the Conservative base, not seeming to care about whether or not Canadians in general like these policies. Spoiler alert, now that Carney has acquiesced to the Conservatives' facetious talking points around things like removing the carbon tax, notice how groceries haven't gotten cheaper since the tax went away? Weird. The Conservatives are left campaigning on the things they actually believe and would actually believe, and they're about as pretty as Ron DeSantis in drag. Ick. According to the CBC, the major thing they pushed for was tighter immigration rules, even as Canada's immigration last year was nearly zero. So at this point, I guess they're just waiting to round up Tim Hortons workers, and then complain that nobody is there to take their order because, spoiler alert, Tim Hortons doesn't want to hire white people because white people won't put up with workers' rights violations. They would have adopted a pro-conversion therapy platform, if not for the fact that representatives from eastern provinces didn't support it. Just as a reminder, for anyone who hasn't read up on conversion therapy, it's not therapy. Most of the time, it's taking confused, shame-filled teenagers, putting them in a room alone with a man who does not come from a healthy place in terms of his own orientation, and acting like the two are going to come to some sort of healthy outcome. I cannot stress just how close Canada's Conservative Party under Pierre nearly put forward a pro-child molestation platform. Apparently, though people wanted to push through an anti-abortion element to the platform, currently the Conservatives haven't decided to make themselves completely irrelevant to most voters on that subject. One notable policy the Conservatives pushed through was something around basically allowing people to do whatever they want to if someone trespasses on their property. The Conservatives apparently wanting to push for laws like Florida's stand your ground laws, which permit individual citizens to do extreme violence to people who walk on their lawns as long as they manage to believe they're threatened. And these people are scared of rainbows and glitter, so best stick to the sidewalk. It's worth noting that Canadians are already allowed to use reasonable force in Canada if someone breaks in. You're allowed to do whatever you need to do to stop someone. You're just not allowed to finish the job after you've incapacitated them. So yeah, as Pierre leads Canada's Conservatives further into irrelevance, the party is mostly focused on problems that aren't real and encouraging murder and molestation. We'll have to wait and see how much longer Canada's Eastern Conservatives, as well as Western Conservatives who don't mainline rebel news like the illicit substance it is, will continue to support this shit show. Quack, quack.